Welcome back to Purple Rain Podcast. It's that time of the year again. It's awards season. It's the nominee show for 2026. As you can see, I am not in zigzag rags. Honestly, the last few weeks, so pretty much since the end of the World Cup finals, the weather here in the UK, which as you guys know I'm born and bred in, has been absolutely unbearable. I mean, we have had the last few weeks some really tough life, particularly during the live stream, you know, to celebrate the Big 12 Championship, you know. That, well, we didn't really do much of that, did we? Normally we get at least 35 minutes of those streams, but we could only do really an hour because we just couldn't help that heat. So it's been very bad. So I thought, you know what, I'll take the risk when we get to the award show. Not right now. Yeah. So normally we would be on the glad rags for this, but we're not going to be for today. I'm going to be sticking to the traditional attire. But for the award show, when a lady will of course be joining me, I will of course brave the heat. I'm going to get the glad rags on for that. Okay. So yeah. So this is it. We now have all the nominees for all 6 categories of the PWHL Awards. This year's awards season is happening a lot more earlier than normal. Normally, you get the draft happens first, and then the next day, you'd get the awards ceremony. This year, Detroit, it's going to be the other way round. We will get the awards first, and then the next day will be the draft. So June 16th will be the awards night, and on June 17th, that is when we will get the draft. But we will still be recapping the draft first before we do the awards show. That's how we're going to do it. So while the PHL is doing things in reverse this year, we're not. We're still going to do our thoughts of the draft first, and then we'll do the award show. Okay? So today I'm going to run you through the nominees for all 6 categories. Going to give you my thoughts on the nominees. All that. We're hoping to have a little bit more excitement with this year's awards, given how last year you pretty much could tell who was going to win in pretty much almost all the categories. I mean, honestly, if you go check out last year's award show episode, it was a riot, particularly when we got to the big shock of the night. But anyway, but yeah, so do go and check that out. Yeah, so we're going to do it one by one. We're going to do it in the order that the nominees were announced. We're going to do it one by one, bit by bit. I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, so, hope you're all ready. If you're not, go and get some snacks, drinks, whatever you do when the award nominees come out. And then when we come back, we'll get straight to it. Okay, so the first category we're going to look at is the Forward of the Year award. And the nominees got announced on May 19. So mind you, the PWHL Forward of the Year award is presented to the forward who showcases the most outstanding ability at the position throughout the regular season. And the nominees are Taya Heisey, Minnesota Frost, Brianne Jenner, Aura Charge, and Kelly Paddock, Minnesota Frost. So 2 for the Frost there. Great to see. Every time a Frost gets nominated, of course, it's always music to our ears. Jenner, I think, is going to be stiff competition. I mean, you look at that award, you think, both Paddock and Heisey have strong cases to make. But again, the Chargers captain, maybe when she scores, they win. So, yeah, but I think I'll probably go to either Heisey or Paddock. I'll be shocked especially since I think Paddock has got a really high chance to do really well in the awards this year. So let's go through it now, shall we? So first up, Taylor High C versus Ross. High C continues to elevate her game this season, emerging among the league's top performers and establishing multiple records. The Minnesota forward finished the regular season with 30 points in 30 games, second overall in scoring and tied for second with a point per game average of 1.00, becoming one of just 2 players in league history to reach the 30-point plateau in a single season, alongside Paddock. High C's 13 goals tied for 4th league-wide and included a goal scored just 16 seconds into play on April the 1st, setting a PHL regular season record for the fastest goal. The Lake City native also posted a career-high 17 assists, tied for second most among all skaters, with 13 coming off even strength, second in the league, and 10 registered as primary helpers, tied for third. High C set a PHL single season record with 6 multi-assist games. It's one of 2 players with 40 all-time assists and shared the league lead with 8 multi-point outings. The first overall pick in the league's inaugural draft finished second in plus-minus rating at plus 18. Trading only Frost captain Chemical Schofield, who was plus 22. She also tied for the league high with points in 6 consecutive games in January, 2 goals, 8 assists, and became the first player in PHL history to record 2 separate 4-game goal streaks in a single season. March 8 to 18, so that was during our stay in Minneapolis, and then from March 29 to April 11. Next up, Brianne Jenner, Ottawa Charge. Jenner skated to a career best regular season in 2025-26 with 26 points in 30 games, improving upon a previous career high of 20 points in 24 games during the inaugural season. That offensive output set a new team record and ranked 4th overall, fueled by strong special teams production, including 4 power play goals and 8 points on the player advantage, both second most in the PHL. The Charge captain also tied to lead all skaters with 4 shootout goals and 2 jailbreak points. 1 goal assist. Jenner recorded 3 game-winning goals, tied for second most in the league, helping Ottawa post a 5-4-0-1 record in games where she found the back of net. The 35-year-old Oakville native set a new PHL record by completing 15 assists to goal combinations with teammate Rebecca Leslie, 4 more than the next closest pairing and 5 more than the previous league mark. Ottawa's all-time scoring leader surpassed 60 career points on April 22nd and closed the regular season on a strong note with 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists. Over a 4-game span, her most since recording 6 goals, 3 assists across 4 games from March 20 to April 24, 2024. Jenner also served as Ottawa's primary face-off option, winning 311 of 545 draws to become the 4th player in PHL history to eclipse 300 face-off wins in a single season. Then finally, Kelly Paddock, Minnesota Frost. Paddock set a new single season standards in her 3rd campaign, finishing atop the league leaderboard in multiple categories and more than doubling a previous career high of 16 points from the inaugural season. The Frost alternate captain became the 2nd player to claim both the points leader award and top goal scorer award, joining Natalie Spooner from the inaugural season. After pacing the league with 16 goals and a PHL single season record 33 points in 30 games. Paddock tied for the league lead with 3 multi-goal matched Spuda's league record set in 24 games of the inaugural season. The 30-year-old set a record with 14 assists and even strength goals and has 17 total Harpers, tied for second overall. Dominant at the face-off job, Minnesota, she logged 341 wins on 575 attempts. Second most in the league for a 59.3% efficiency. That ranked third among centres with more than 15 draws. Her 341 face-off wins ranks third all time, and she is one of only 2 players with over 1,000 face-offs in her career. The Plymouth native also earned a share of the league lead with 4 game-winning goals and owned the highest shooting percentage at 27.6% among skaters with a minimum of 15 shots on goal. Okay, so there you go. So those are nominees. I think, for me, either... I know, I'm biased. I know I'm biased. But fans of the upper teams would also say their girl as well. So I do think it should be either Paddock or Heisey that really should get the gong. But I wouldn't be surprised if Briandella kind of what we got fasted last year and basically pulls a fast ones and surprises all and knocks the 2 Frost players out of the cold. Yeah, I think it probably will be Panic, but Heisey will be a close second. But yeah, so it's really good shout there. So yeah, so very excited. But I do think Panic will get the gong there. So there you go. So I might again. Our nominees for the year are Taylor Heisey, Brianne Jenner, and Kelly Paddock. Alright, the second award we're going to take a look at is Defender of the Year, and these nominees were announced on May 20. I'll just remind you guys that the PHL Defender of the Year award is presented to the defender who showcases the most outstanding ability at the position throughout the regular season. The nominees for PHL Defender of the Year are Sophie Jakes, Bank of Go on Ice, Megan Keller, Boston Fleet, and Hayley Wynn, Boston Fleet. Now, Hayley Wynn was a bit of a surprise for me because I was expecting her to be one true nominated for Rookie of the Year, which of course we'll get onto later on in the show. So the fact that Boston's got 2 nominees here, that's a bit of a shock. But, Now, this I think might be a bit of an easy category. I think Megan Kerr is going to have this easily done. Sophie Jake, she hasn't really, done as much compared to last season. Obviously, last season she was not accessible alongside Claire Thompson. And, of course, me, Purdy, we're all convinced it's going to be one of those 2. Now, what happens when Arthur swoops in and steals the gong? But I don't think Jakes has had as good of a season this year than she did last year in Minnesota. So I kind of think Megan Kerr is going to have an easier ride to it. But we'll go through them on these regards anyways. We'll go through them. So we're going to start with... we'll start with Sophie Jakes. So Sophie Jakes, Bank of Go on Ice. Jakes is the first player to be a finalist for the award in consecutive seasons, after also nominated last season as a member of the Minnesota Frost. The Toronto native recorded 20 points in 30 games for the expansion Go on Ice to rank second among PHL defenders, reaching the mark for a second straight season and becoming the first guard in the history with multiple 20-point campaigns. Jake set a pair of new single-season records for the Lions by scoring 9 goals on 110 shots on goal, with the latter standing as the second highest shot total among all skaters in 2025-26. The 25-year-old became the first defender to reach the half-century mark for career points. It is the only defender to ever lead a team in scoring during the regular season and finished with 4 multi-point performances to co-lead per position. 2 of those outings were 3-point games, making Jakes the only defender with multiple such performances this season, and the first to record at least 1 3-point game in each of the league's 3 seasons. Next up, Megan Keller, Boston Fleet. Keller was previously a finalist in 2024 and delivered a career best season 2025-26, posting record offensive production that included 22 points to tie the position's all-time single season high. Previously set by Jakes and Renata Fast in 2024-25. Among league regards, the Boston captain finished with the second most goals, that's 7, third most assists, that's 15, and led all defenders with 3 game-winning goals. Keller was also a key contributor on the Fleet's power play, leading defenders with 4 goals on the player advantage and tying for second at the position with 7 power play points overall. The 30-year-old from Farmington reached the 50-point milestone for her regular season career in the final game on April 25, adding a pair of assists in her career high 3rd multi-point performance of the season. She was one of 4 defenders to record a jailbreak goal. A jailbreak goal, we don't call it shorthand, we call it jailbreak. Learn the lingo, boys and girls. Tallying one of Boston's 3 this season. That matches New York and Ottawa for the most of any team this year, and tied for 5th with 50 hits. Keller's leadership helped the Fleet to its best regular season in team history, logging 7.9932 time on ice for an average of 26.40 per game, the second highest mark among all league skaters. And then finally, Haley Wynn, Boston Fleet. Wynn made an immediate impact at both ends of the ice after being selected 2nd overall by Boston in the 2025 PHL entry draft. The former Clarkson Golden Knight recorded 19 points to share the 3rd highest total among league defenders and tied for the rookie scoring lead at her position, setting a new PHL record in the latter category. Wynn was a prominent fixture alongside Keller on Boston's blue line, which led the league with 16 goals and accounted for 31.2% of the team's total scoring individually. Wynn's 5 goals were the most by a rookie defender in league history and ranked 3rd at the position, while her 14 assists placed 4th. 22-year-old from Rochester led all skaters with 8.0242 of ice time, 26.45 per game, becoming the first rookie to top the league's time on ice leaderboard and the 2nd player to lead the category, following Fast in both 24 and 25, highlighting her 2-way contributions. Wynn was one of 3 defenders to score a shootout goal, ranked 2nd among Blue Liners with 92 shots on goal, and finished 4th at the position with 45 blocked shots. Okay, so I do kind of feel that Megan Keller's got this one in the bag. I feel like Haley Wynn is going to be more of a leading candidate for Rookie of the Year, because we'll come back to that later in the show. Now, Zoe Jakes, she's done alright for Vancouver, but I kind of thought it was more of a slow and steady win the race kind of thing. And Megan Keller's just been, dominant for Boston this year. Of course, also got the golden goal. Even though Cortina, not that that's going to count for anything when it comes to this, but I just kind of feel she's got the better shout. We're looking at who could win the gong. I think she's got the more likely chance to win it over those other two. So I'm going to say Megan Keller there. So once again, your nominees for Defender of the Year are Sophie Jakes, Megan Keller, and Hayley Wynn. Okay, we've reached the halfway point. We're going to now look at the nominees for Goaltender of the Year. Yeah, these nominees were revealed on May 21st. I'll remind you guys, the PWHL Goaltender of the Year award is presented by Rogers to the goaltender who showcases the most outstanding ability at the position throughout the regular season. And the nominees are Arnaud Desbiens, Montreal Victoire, and Franco, Boston Fleet, and Gwyneth Phillips are a charge. Now, I'm going to stand by what I've been saying since we did the episode looking at December's points leaders on the regular season in shows. I'm going to stand by what I said. I believe Aaron Franco should get this gong. This is her third time now being nominated for this award, and she's always been the bridesmaid, never the bride. I believe this is her moment. This is her moment. But you can at the same time make a really strong case for Desbiens to get the gong as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's go through the nominees, shall we? So first up, we've got first up, Arnaud Desbiens, Montreal Victoire. Desbiens could become the first two-time recipient of the award after standing tall in net for the Victoire, setting new standards across multiple goaltending categories. The Claremont native set single-season records with 1.11 goals against average and a .955 save percentage, and co-led the league with a record 19 wins in 25 games. Her 6 losses tied for the fewest among goaltenders, with at least 10 starts, with just 4 coming in regulation. Desbiens allowed a league low 28 goals among netminders, with 15 or more starts, complemented by 7 shutouts, which ranked second in the PHL. She opened 25-26 campaign by allowing 2 or fewer goals in 15 consecutive games to match her own single season record from last year, allowing 1 or more goals in 17 games. With only 1 game with more than 2 goals against in 25 starts. Desbiens also recorded a career high 592 saves on 620 shots for that she faced. That ranked her 5th overall, behind only goaltenders who have faced more attempts. Additionally, she was one of just 3 goaltenders to record assists this season, becoming one of 7 to do so in PHL history. So yeah, she's got a very strong case there, but I still feel it should be Frankel's. Speaking of which, that's what we're going to come to now. Frankel, Boston Fleet. Franco became the first player to be named a position award finalist in each of the PHL's 3 seasons after backstopping the Fleet with clutch performances and record-setting results. Boston's netminder set a new PHL single-season record with 8 shutouts, 4 more than the previous mark set by Corinne Schroeder in 2024-25, and became the first goaltender in PHL history to record 3 consecutive shutouts, including a streak of 2-2-5-0-9 without allowing a goal. Franco allowed 1 or fewer goals in 18 of her 26 starts for a new single-season record, and logged the second most minutes in league history with 1.58312. She opened the season with 5 straight victories and co-led the league with a record 19 wins, 40 in regulation alongside Desbiens, while allowing the second fewest goals, 31, among goaltenders with at least 15 starts. 26-year-old from Tapacoca, ranked second in the league with career best marks, posting a 1.1 save goal, 117 goals against average and a .953 save percentage. She finished the season with career high 631 saves on 662 shot space, ranking second and third respectively. Like I said, she's always been the bridesmaid in this award, never the bride. It's her time. Plus, Pluto still feels like the cat that got the cream, because he said, in the Roach Below Cortina, he said, if Aaron Frankel plays like that in La Cortina, we're going to get the gold. And he was right. He was pretty right. So he literally feels like the cat that got the cream. We'll see if he still feels like that in a few weeks' time, because he's very confident on who he thinks the goal eyes are going to take first overall with the goal plan. We'll see back there. But he feels like the cat that's got the cream. You know? And while yes, you can make a case for SBA, I still stand by what I've been saying since December's regular season episode, where I thought Aaron Frankel deserves this gong. It's about time she gets it. The last 2 times she's been on it, she's lost to a better candidate. So obviously in 2024, that was Kristen Campbell with PWHL Toronto, and of course, obviously last year 25, it was Aaron SBM from Montreal Victoire. But I thought this is Frankel's time. This is her time. This is her time. Okay, and finally we got Gwyneth Fitz of a charge. Phillips earned a second consecutive nomination following a standout softball season in which she consistently gave the Charge their best chance in goal. The Athens native set a single season record with 28 starts, including a record 18 consecutive appearances to finish the season, and logged 1:6:43:15 minutes, setting a new single season record by more than 300 minutes. Phillips finished third with 16 wins, highlighted by a leading 7 victories in 8 games that went beyond regulation, after appearing in just 2 such contests during her rookie campaign. 25-year-old faced a PHL single season record 844 shots and made a record 786 saves. 151 more shots, 155 more saves than the next highest goaltender, and set new records with 11 games of 30 or more saves and 3 performances featuring at least 40 saves. As the first player in league history to record multiple starts with 40 plus saves in a single season, Phillips posted a career high 3 shutouts, including a 42 save blank on April 11 that clips Frankel's previous league record of 41 saves in a shutout win. Yeah, it's always going to be interesting to see who that third nominee is going to be, because obviously, you know, you've got potentially maybe one of our netminders, maybe could have got the nod, like Nicole Hensley or Maddie Rooney, Kelly Osborne, possibly the Sirens. God knows she's playing enough games to get a nomination this year. Maybe Reagan Kirk or Emma Smashmeyer, you know, in Western Cat in Canada, maybe, you know, maybe. But yeah, so I'm not surprised. I mean, Phillips did incredible. I mean, she really showed people why she got protected in last year's expansion process. By everyone in the roots that thinking it was going to be Smashmeyer, but yeah, so Phillips did really well. You know, give her a few more years and she will be up there with Frankel and SBM, so I'm very pleased for her, but unfortunately I don't think, well, she probably has done enough to earn the award in the other year. She's up against 2 really top-notch point netminders, so we'll see. So once again, your nominees for goals in the year are Aaron SBM, Aaron Frankel, and now we're moving on to Coach of the Year, which I think is going to be a really interesting. It's going to be an interesting award, and it's going to be probably quite a bit of a head scratcher to work out who's going to take that gong. Given the nominations. So I'll remind you The PWHL Coach of the Year award is presented to the head coach whose contributions most impacted their team's on ice success throughout the regular season. Now, these nominees were revealed on May 22nd, and the nominees are Kris Sparre, Montreal Victoire, Kara Cloud, Ottawa Charge, and Kris Sparre, Boston Fleet. Well, as we all know, he's no longer part of the Boston Fleet. Because less than a week after his nomination, he jumps the ship and goes to Hamilton. So, could PWHL Hamilton bag an award before they even set foot on the ice? Because I mean, that was one of the concerns that me player had last year, because obviously some of the nominees last year did move teams after they got their nominees. Because the nominees were announced way before the expansion draft began the expansion draft as a whole began last year. Luckily, nobody who did move into a team won an award. So that's fine. But could we see that this time around? Because I think Kris Sparre has done a lot to put himself in the conversation, which I don't think is who would have thought about. We go back to this time last year when his hire was being announced. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. But I think it's between him and Kris Sparre. I mean, it's great for Kara Cloud to get nominated again. I think it was quite hard to work out who that third nominee was going to be, like goaltender of the year. But you know, I just feel it's going to be between Kris and Corey for the gong. So this could get interesting, kids. This could get very interesting. Let's run through the nominees, shall we? We're going to start with Kris Sparre, Montreal Victoire. Sparre from New Glasgow is the reigning award recipient and first coach to be a finalist in each of the league's 3 seasons. She led Montreal to first place atop the PHL standings with a record of 16, 6-6 to for 82. That's what I meant. So I got that. 16, 6, 2, and 6 for a total of 62 points. That's what I was trying to say there. All the 72s. Yeah. So 62 points. That was tied with Boston for a new single season points record. The Victoire 22 wins marked a new league high along with their 16 wins regulation that also matched the Fleet. They led all teams with a .844 winning percentage as the home team, including wins in 11 of 12 games at Place Bell. Their 16-game point streak is the longest in PHL history, including a league-leading 7 straight wins from March 25 to April 17, where the team depth was on display in the absence of Captain Marie Philippe Blanc. The Victoire set a PHL record with only 41 goals against, while their 78 goals set a new team record and were the second most among all teams. I don't need to tell you who the first place team in scoring is, do I? No. Nope. Very obvious, there isn't it? Sparre guided Montreal to 13 multi-goal wins and just 1 multi-goal loss, both of which were new league best marks. The team's penalty kill had a single season record with a 91.8% efficiency, while the team converted on 19.3% of power play opportunities, good for second in the league. Their new team record and was the only unit not to allow a jailbreak goal this season. The Victoire's penalty kill, huge reason why they won the World Cup, of course. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so I think she has got a strong case. I do think Kris has got a really strong case. I mean, Montreal is kind of like a slow and steady situation, but I think they've got a strong case. Right, next up is Kara McLeod, Ottawa Charge. McLeod, a native of Spruce, Grove is an award nominee for the second straight season after helping Ottawa earn a berth in the PHL World Cup playoffs in back-to-back seasons. The Charge posted a 9-8-1-12 record, matching their 44 points from last season, and secured 4th place in the standings with a win in the team's final game of the season. They earned 17 wins overall, marking the most in a single season in team history, including a team record 6-game winning streak and 8 games with 4 or more goals. Third most in the league, by the way, I should say. The Charge posted a league-high 5 wins when trailing after the second period, a testament to McLeod's influence and the resiliency that she and the team demonstrated over the course of the season, both on and off the ice. Ottawa was one of 2 teams to play 9 games beyond regulation. The other was Boston, by the way, just in case you're wondering, winning a PHL record 8 such games, including a perfect 6-0 record in overtime decisions. Overall, they tied Montreal for the second most power play goals with 16, earning the 3rd best efficiency, 17.8%, and co-led the league with their jailbreak goals. Yeah, it's very good at doing that. Also, it's interesting how they turned their kryptonite into a weapon this year, because obviously the first 2 seasons, Ottawa has not been very good in overtime, and this year they kind of turned the switch, including 1 win against Oz in Chicago on the particular tour. So it's absolutely incredible what's around there. Then finally, speaking of turnarounds, we have Kris Sparre, Boston Fleet. Sparre, who calls Mississauga his hometown, is a finalist in his first season as a PHL head coach after Boston became the fastest team to clinch a playoff berth in league history. He made an immediate impact with wins in each of his first 5 games, setting the stage for a second place finish with a 16-5-4-5 record and share of the all-time single season best of 62 points, while showing the most significant year-over-year improvement with more wins and 18 more points than hit the team's 2024-25 results. The Fleet served as an equal threat and outside the state of Massachusetts, becoming the first team to reach 30 points at home and on the road, inclusive of a team record 10 wins as the host and league record 11 wins as the visitor. But had Boston ready to play at puck drop with a league-leading 23 game with opening goals and ready to compete in close games with 9 wins and points in 13 of 16 one-goal games. The Fleet blue line accounted for the most goals at 16, highest percentage of goals 22.5%, second most points 59, and highest percentage of points 31.2%. By any team's defenders. While the team's penalty kill efficiency of 91.6% ranked second. Well, they didn't really draw that many penalties, did they? That was something that was pointing out going into the playoffs, that Boston hasn't spent that much on the penalty kill. So they didn't really draw that much penalties, that's why it's probably quite high. Their 45 goals against were the second fewest in the PHL and a 31 goal improvement from the 2024-25 campaign. Yeah, I mean, what he's done with that team is incredible. It's why it's so shocking. We have done an episode on him being hired to Hamilton. You're going to not want to miss that. It just makes him moving to Hamilton all the more shocking, but of course I'm sure there's plenty of factors that led to that decision. Good on from him. But yeah, I mean, Boston's really going to miss him behind the bench next year. And you do to worry now, are Boston now going to take a massive step backwards? And all the hard work that he's done, is that now going to get undone? And is Hamilton now going to go on the run that Boston had next season? Who knows? Who knows? But he is a very strong contender to get this gong. But I think Kris Sparre also has a very strong case, and I can see either one of them winning. But it would be so hilarious, wouldn't it, if Hamilton, somebody for their organization, gets a gong before they've even begun playing? That would be just so hilarious. So, I'm 50-50 about that one. 50-50. So yeah, so once again, the nominees for Coach of the Year. Yeah, your nominees for Coach of the Year are Kris Sparre, Cara Cloud, and okay, the penultimate category we're going to look at is the category that every single year makes me feel fucking old. It's Rookie of the Year. And this is what I think had the most shocks when it came to nominees. So let's go through those right now. Let me just double check when we got those nominees. Okay. Right, so the nominees for Rookie of the Year got announced on May 26th. Now, I remind you that the PWHL Rookie of the Year award is presented by Ali Financial. It is awarded to the player who showcases the most outstanding ability throughout their first regular season of professional play. Players eligible must be competing in their first season of professional hockey in North America and begin the season in their 25th birth year or younger. So for season 3, Jesus Christ, 2,000 born players are eligible for the Rookie of the Year award. That's only just happened. Now, you got that wrong. Anyway, right. The nominees for Rookie of the Year are Nicole Gosling, Montreal Victoire, Casey O'Brien, New York Sirens, and Hayley Wynn, Boston Fleet. Now, Hayley Wynn, no surprise that she's nominated. No surprise there. I think all three of us kind of saw that coming. The other two, complete left field. I was thinking maybe like Abby Newark, Rory Gearday, throughout the season. No, none of them. I mean, you also wonder, could maybe Christina Kalsnogaba be considered a nomination? I mean, I know she had an injury that obviously played her season. So, I did not see this set of nominees coming, and I'm thinking now, okay, does this mean that Hayley Wynn's odds are now a lot higher than it would have been if, say, Rory Gearday and Abby Newark had been, or even Christy Colesberg had those three been nominated alongside her? I'm just saying. So I feel like Hayley Wynn has done a lot more to win this award than the other two. But let's go through them. Okay. So we're starting with Nicole Gosling, Montreal Victoire. Gosling is one of the first two defenders to be named a nominee for the award alongside Hayley Wynn. Her defensive partner at Clarkson University. The fourth overall pick had an impressive campaign on Montreal's blue light, leading the team's defense and tying for second in rookie scoring with 19 points in 30 games, while posting a plus 16 rating that led all PHL rear guards and highlighted her effective two-way presence. Gosling closed the season with 60 assists, the second most among rookies and all league defenders, including 7 power play helpers, which ranked second overall among all skaters. She led the Victoire with an average time on ice at 21:17 and played a pivotal role pivotal role on the team's power play, setting a PHL record among rookie defenders with 8 power play points, contributing to half of Montreal's 16 goals, with the game's player advantage. There we go. Like that. The London native capped the regular season with a 6-game point streak, 1 goal to assist, to help the Victoire solidify their first place standing and a league best 9-game point streak on the road, 11 assists, finishing just 1 game shy of Serfilier's all-time PHL record of 10 consecutive road games with a point. Now, Goslin's been brilliant for the Victoire, but I do worry she's going to be like what Abby Marine was to them last year. So it's wonderful them in their first season, but because of expansion, an easy target. I do think she's a very easy target. You do have to wonder, if the, back at the end draft last year, if the Sirens had just drafted Kris Sparre like what they're going to do first of all, and then Boston takes Henny Win, would Gosling still have a chance to be on the Victoire, or would T.O. think, let's replace one Gosling with another? So, now I remember they saying at the time, I bet the Montreal Victoire would be like, thank you! Because that was a draft at 4th overall, because T.O. probably mistakenly gave that pick away to New York, and then, oh, well, the carnage ensued. I bet T.O. fans are livid. Bet they're livid with Gia Kingsbury. We could have got Casey O'Brien! She could have been our nominee! But don't, but you've got a nominee yet, happy T.O. No! Oh, we've only got one more, we've only got one more category to go! Only one more category to go. But yeah. Speaking of Casey O'Brien, we're going to talk about her now. So next up, Casey O'Brien, New York Sirens. So O'Brien emerged as a vital piece of New York's offensive this season, after being selected 3rd overall in the 2025 entry draft, delivering timely scoring and setting new benchmarks for first-year players. The former Wisconsin Badger led all rookie staters with 22 points in 28 games, including 7 goals, which tied for 2nd in her college career draft class, and 15 assists to lead all rookie forwards. He was among the league's most consistent newcomers, recording at least 1 point in 17 games and producing 4 multi-point performances, both the most among rookies. On special teams, the 24-year-old was one of 3 rookies to score jailbreak goal and led all rookies with 3 power play markers. O'Brien scored a hat-trick in her 8th career game, becoming the only rookie and one of just 6 players overall to record a 3-goal performance this season, as well as the 3rd rookie all-time to do so. At the face-off dot, she set a new PHL single-season record for rookies with 266 wins on 496 draws, 88 more than the previous record in a full circle moment. The Manhattan-born forward had a career best 5-game point streak the week before at Madison Square Garden, assisting on the game-tying goal that helped keep the Sirens alive before their eventual shootout victory. Now, don't get me wrong, Casey O'Brien has been absolutely brilliant, and you guys know she was my pick to be drafted first overall by the Sirens. So, but I'm not sure she's lived up to the hype that was promised. And it took her until that takeover target in Dallas to finally get on the score sheet, which was right before we were about to get the roster for Team USA, former La Cortina. I, at that point, didn't think she had done enough to get on it this time. I kind of thought she'd be one of those we might be seeing in 2030. I still stand by that. Maybe she might go more challenge appears this year, or don't remember what to wait and see. But yeah, so I just, I mean, she's done alright, but I think for me, probably not enough to warrant the hype that I gave her going into last year's draft. But we'll see how it goes. And then finally, Hayley Wynn, Boston Fleet. Wynn translated her game seamlessly to the professional level, providing Boston with a steady offensive support and reliable play for the blue line throughout her rookie campaign. The second overall pick produced 19 points in 30 games, 5 for second among rookies and third among all PWHL defenders, while her 5 goals set a new rookie record among rear guards. The former Golden Knight registered a point in 16 contests, tied for the second most such games by a defender, while the second place Fleet posted a 10-3-2-1 record at .792 in those outings. Special teams play further underscored her effectiveness as Wynn's 5 power play assists ranked third among rookie skaters, and along with 1 power play goal, factored into 6 of Boston's 13 goals with the player advantage. The Rochester native also brought a consistent physical presence, recording a hit and a block shot in 18 games, tied for the second most such performance among all skaters and the most among rookies. Wynn added a 4-game assist streak from March 21 to 29, the second longest by a rookie this season, while also scoring twice during that span. She finished the year with 92 shots on goal, most in her draft class, and second most among defending, and logged 8:02:42 of ice time to pace for PWHL skaters. Okay, so I think Hayley Wynn definitely is going to take this hands down. She's getting this gong. Bit like how last year it was obvious Surfer was getting this gong. It's obvious that in 2026 it's going to be Hayley Wynn, and I could not be more happy for her. She has really dominated this season. I figured maybe her third teammate and rookie Abby Newark, or maybe someone like Christine Carlton-Ogba, if they were nominated, they might have kind of fighting chance. Maybe Rory did it for me as well, but I think it's going to be this is Hayley Wynn's gong to lose. I cannot see her being beaten by his gong at all. I think it's definitely hers. So, is that another one I've locked in for Boston? Oh god, it's gonna be like what Tio did in 2024, where they're gonna dominate the categories. Oh well. What can you say? Yeah. So once again, your nominees for Rookie of the Year are Nicole Gosling, Casey O'Brien, and so we've reached the final award. It's the Billie Jean King MVP Award, and I think this is going to be the most hotly contested one yet, because all 3 nominees have a fighting chance for this award. Okay, so let me just double check when the nominees were announced. Oh yeah, these nominees were announced on May 27th. Now, I remind you guys, the PWHL Billie Jean King MVP Award is presented to the player considered most valuable to their team's success throughout the regular season. Emphasis on the regular season, guys! Emphasis on the regular season. Okay, nominees for the Billie Jean King MVP Award are Ariel Desbiens, Montreal Victoire, and Franco, Boston Fleet, and Kelly Paddock, Minnesota Frost. Now, I really, really hope Kelly Paddock gets this gong, because I think she deserves it. Okay? Now, I'm not just saying that as a Minnesota Frost supporter. I'm saying that as a supporter of the PWHL full stop. Okay? You know? I mean, she has had the most improvement. We've already done a burst to come this, by the way, guys. So you go to her out just to prove our case even more. But she's had the most improvement from last year to this year. So I feel she's got a very, very strong case. But why have I got a nasty feeling that's going to be snubbed over what both Anne Frank and Anne Riddell could have done? Why have I got a feeling she's going to get snubbed for it? Anyway, let's go through these now, shall we? First up, Anne Desbienne, Montreal Victoire. Desbienne was the first two goaltenders to be nominated for this award, alongside Franco, in recognition of her central role in the Victoire's success. In 25 games, the 32-year-old co-led the PHL with a record-setting 19 wins and a league-low 6 losses among starters, and finished the season with a 7-game winning streak that helped the Victoire secure first place in the standings. Her 28 goals against were the fewest among goaltenders, with at least 15 starts, and part of a Montreal tandem. That's about just 41 goals, the fewest by any team in history. The Clermont native consistently limited opportunities, opening the season with 15 straight games with 2 or fewer goals against, and finished with the second most shutouts in a single season at 7. Desbienne was the only starting netminder to post just one game with more than 2 goals against. Closed the campaign with 17 games with 1 or fewer allowed, and her dominant efficiency was underscored by a record 1.11 goals against average and 0.955 save percentage. She posted a career high 592 saves on 620 shots faced, becoming one of 4 goaltenders in league history to surpass 500 saves in multiple seasons, and one of only 2 to achieve that milestone in consecutive seasons, alongside, yeah, you guessed it, Franco. Obviously, she did really amazing, and obviously great work. But I kind of felt with the Victoire, it was kind of like, slow and steady. They had a slow start, and then after Malcotina, they kind of just flipped the switch, and they just was lights out. It was very, very. With Desbienne, she's been one of those netminers where it's very hard to try and get 2 in a row against her. She doesn't normally give up 2, lose 2 back to back. So it's tough to go up against a man like that. Next up, Franco, Boston Fleet. So from one start netminer to another, I should say. Franco was the backbone of the Fleet. You can say that again. Serving as an essential part of their second place finish, an 18-point improvement over 2024-25, 19 wins in 26 starts, including 14 regulation, and co-led the league with Desbienne for a new single-season record, earning 10 wins by 2 or fewer goals on support team offense. She allowed just 31 goals while anchoring a defensive that surrendered 45 overall, the second fewest all time, while Boston maintained a 92.9% penalty kill efficiency with her in the crease. The 26-year-old from Chapel paced the league with 8 shutouts to double the previous single season high and established new league benchmarks with 3 consecutive shutouts and a clean streak spanning 226.09, while finishing with a record 18 starts with 1 or fewer goals against. Boston leaned heavily on Franco's durability as she recorded a 7-game win streak from Jan 14 to March 15 to lead the league alongside Desbienne and Maddie Rooney, and not 158.312 between the pipes, the second highest total in league history. She maintained elite efficiency, finished second with a 1.17 goals against average and a 0.953 save percentage, both career bests, while ranking second with 631 saves on 662 shot space, setting aside 25 or more shots in half of appearances. Yeah, she's one of the admirers that always gets like a very heavy shot count. Not so much against Vancouver this year or Seattle, just saying. Yeah, she's been a huge part of Boston's turnaround and their success. Unfortunately, the playoffs it just didn't come together. But the regular season, brilliant. So yeah, definitely you could see her make a case. But the one we all want to see with that gong. Kelly Paddock, Minnesota Frost. Paddock is the first Minnesota player to be nominated as finalist for the award, earning consideration after getting a single season record with 33 points in 30 games. She was a significant contributor to the league's most productive offense, factoring on 36.3% of the Frost record 91 goals scored this season, and impressively gained 22 more points than the previous year, representing the largest single season improvement in league history. The Frost alternate captain influenced games in multiple ways, finishing with a league-leading 16 goals, 7 power play markers, and 4 game-winning goals, tied with 2 others, while converting with a record 27.6% of shooting efficiency. Paddock tied for second with 4 games featuring both a goal and assist, and led all skaters with 3 multi-goal performances. Her playmaking was equally crucial for Minnesota's success, finishing tied for second with 17 assists, including a PHL record 14 at even strength, and never went more than 2 games without recording a point or 3 games without a goal. The 30-year-old from Plymouth ranked second on the league at the face-off dot, with 341 wins on 575 attempts, posting a 59.3% success rate to provide Minnesota with consistent possession in all situations. Yeah, we've already done Alberta covering Paddock's success. We did it not long after she won those first 2 awards at the conclusion of the regular season. We, of course, believe she should get that gong. I mean, she's had the most improvement, and I kind of feel Franco and Desbian will have enough opportunity to be named MVP. I do believe that. How many opportunities can Paddock get to be nominated MVP? That's what I'm looking at. A bit like last year when we split. It's like, well, yeah, good for her, but she could win that award in any other year, couldn't she? You know? Yeah. Just saying. It's the same I feel with both Frank and Despair. It's like, yeah, well, it'd be good for you too, but you could win it any other year, couldn't you? Yeah? Yeah? Whereas how many opportunities Kate Pat gonna have to, especially with what happens with expansion, how many opportunities is she gonna have to be nominated for this award? Okay? Especially as I was chanting whenever Tay Heisey got on the score sheet, I was chanting MVP at Gran Casino, so there you go. That just shows how much I know. Yeah, but yeah, really hope it's Kelly Paddock, but I would not be surprised if all the other 2 nominees just take it from her. So, once again, your nominees for the Drinking MVP Award are Annie Desbian, Aaron Frankel, and there you go! Those are all the nominees for this year's PHL Awards. It's going to be a very interesting night, because I think with most of them, you kind of got an idea of where it's going to go, but I think there might be 1 or 2 surprises in there. We'll see. We'll see. So, a reminder, the awards is happening on June the 16th in Detroit. And that's going to be the day before the draft compared to previous years. Like I said, we, of course, will be back with the award show where I'll be the Glad Rags. Peter Lady will join me and we'll go through all the winners in more detail. But that's going to be all for today. So, thank you as always. Until next time, take care, guys. Don't get to